Hey guys, C-Dub here, and I wanted to follow up on a video that I did a while ago, and that was about rebooting Batman the animated series. And I went over why it should be rebooted, but I want to get into like some episodes and details on how I would think they would be able to do it, like different episodes for different villains and all that. So I'm going to talk about that. I already went over why I think it should happen and how it could happen. This is just going to be about episodes and how I think some of the origins can be a little bit different. So for the series, we're going to definitely talk about all the villains and their different origins. I think Batman's origin, that speaks for itself, but for the villains, we could definitely do a lot more and a lot of different things for it. Now, Mr. Freeze, I'm kind of conflicted about because they did such a good job with his origin in the animated series that I don't think we really need to do anything with it, but we can maybe hint to it, and there could be different episodes related to why Mr. Freeze is doing that, but we don't need a whole origin type of thing for it. Now, someone like Killer Croc, I think we could do a whole completely different origin story for it, because I think we could start him off as how he begins his mutation into becoming a crocodile, but he still has his sanity, or he's fighting with it, trying to keep it, and eventually he'll go into the whole cannibalism type of thing. And I think with each episode you could show him having his mutation advance, and then you also see him really trying to control the sanity and not kill people, and eventually he goes into cannibalism and starts killing and eating people. So eventually we'll get to that point. But for the first couple of episodes, maybe for Killer Croc, I don't know, maybe his is like a 3-4 episode type of thing, and then he eventually just becomes a minor character. But for the character, for Killer Croc, episodes that are focused on him, we need to pretty much have it as Batman trying to reach him, and he's trying to keep his sanity and trying to stop him from losing it and going after him. And you can see Batman even have a struggle trying to save him and save him from himself. And eventually, at maybe 3 episodes in to him, or 3 episodes that involve him, you see him give up. You see Batman give up. You see Killer Croc give up, and you see him just embrace that type of side of him and lead to cannibalism. And that pretty much wraps up his character arc. Of course, he probably comes in and does a couple of things here and there in the series, but that pretty much would be it for him. Scarecrow, now we could do so much with him, because you can do a lot of things with fear, and you could do it in a family friendly way, or you could go into a really dark way. And since we already did the family friendly way in the animated series, I think we could touch on a lot of darker type of fears that people have, and you could even show them and show the nightmares about it, show people dying in completely different ways. Just so many ideas you could do with fear, and especially going into that darker place, you could do a lot with Scarecrow and make him even more scarier than he was in the animated series one. Poison Ivy, not a lot to do with her, honestly. She could be just a little bit more darker. For the most part, there's not a lot you could really do with Poison Ivy that they haven't done. I mean, you could still bring her and have a couple more episodes and stuff, but I don't think this will be as dark as some of the other episodes. As for the Penguin, and I guess I'm going to put Scarface in here too, or the ventriloquist, sorry. We're going to put him into this category as well. This is just going to be type of mob stuff, just probably darker. So we could just have all those type of characters for that. And yeah, just probably more blood and stuff for it. That's the only thing I can think of to make that a little bit more darker than it was, because the stories are pretty much going to be probably similar. There's not a lot of different things you can show. Two-Face is also in that category as well. You can write him maybe a little differently, maybe a little bit more brutal, but for the most part, he's going to pretty much stay the same as well. Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins, that can show some really, really great things. That could show Batman fighting against other ninjas, the ninjas fighting themselves with that whole League of Assassins. You could see something like a Ninja Gaiden type of thing live, or Ninja Gaiden, the ones that were on the 360 and the PS3, not the ones, of course, that were on the NES, but those ones that were more advanced. You could show limbs flying off, people's arms and legs getting cut off. You could just make that very brutal with the League of Assassins and Ra's al Ghul. You can really, really amp up the brutality there and show a lot of art, different type of art styles, different type of ways that people get beat. And yeah, that can really test the animation there. I would be interested in that. So League of Assassins with Ra's al Ghul, you can make that a lot different, a lot more bloodier. I mean, Ra's al Ghul pretty much stay the same, but there's a lot more you can do with the fighting if you take off that family-friendly type of content. The Joker. Now, the Joker, we can really just start him off dark. Of course, you can still have that comedian type of aspect, have that joking type of nature, but I really want to see more of that darkness in him. Of course, that was in the animated series as well. They actually had a good balance there. For this one, I'm just going to make it a little bit more dark. And yeah, because I definitely still want him to be funny. I don't want the Joker to just be one type of way. I don't want him to just be full dark or full funny. I kind of want the balance in there. But able to actually kill, show the kills, show people getting shot in the head, stuff like that. Show him brutal, but also funny. How the Joker should be, in my opinion. So yeah, do that would make it great. And yeah, I think that covers pretty much everyone. I might forget someone else like the Man-Bat, but I mean, for the most part, we can just make that more of like a scary movie. And Victor Zsasz, we can make like a serial killer type of scary movie type of mystery thing. So those people, I know I'm probably forgetting some more, like maybe the Riddler. The Riddler, you really don't really need to do that much different with him. I mean, you could damn near have the animated series Riddler into this. So yeah, I think that's it. I think I touched on all the villains and origins I wanted to cover. I wouldn't be mad also for the Joker if they showed Death in the Family or The Killing Joke, some of those episodes put into that series or into this reboot series. That is in my mind that I think that should happen. Anyway, so I think that covers everything. Wouldn't mind also seeing Damian Wayne. I know there's other stuff I could probably go over, but for the most part, that's how I would redo the origins for the villains. Batman's origin speaks for himself, and yeah, that's how I would do it. C-Dub out. Let me know what you guys think, and peace.